Hello everyone, Sawadee and greeting from home. In today's video, I'm going to answer a couple of questions from my fans regarding to healthcare in Laos, as well as the type of visa that is available, and also which foreign currency is widely accepted in Laos in case you're coming to Laos, and if you're ever planning to live in Laos for short term or long term. I think this video would give you some idea about how to get it done. Anyway, before we get into the detail, I think I owe an apology to one of my fans from the US regarding to retirement visa, as I told him that I'm not sure if this type of visa is really exist in Laos. Well, guess what? I was wrong. It is actually exist, but you have to do it with the right person. There's a guy, his name is Chris, known as Chris B. Chris is a long-term expat. He's been living in Laos for so long, and he found this company that issue all type of visa for foreigners who want to live in Laos for short-term, long-term, or who married to a Lao partner, regarding to marriage certificate and things like that. So him and his team are perfect for this. So by the end of this video, I'm gonna give his detail, phone number, as well as email, so you can contact him directly. Yeah. Anyway, one of the questions that I got asked all the time from my fans is, how's the flight situation in Laos right now? It's all good. Thanks for the question. And if you're planning to come to Laos, do not be afraid, because everything is getting back to normal now, especially the major part of Laos like Luang Prabang, Vang Vieng, Vientiane. These places are fine now, and plus we had quite a nice sunny days for the last couple of days. So in the next few days time, I think if there's no rain, then everything should be back to normal. So yeah, do come to Laos, and I hope you will enjoy it. Another question that I got asked all the time is, when is good time to come to Laos? Again, in my opinion, the best time to come to Laos is from November until February. November is when the temperature is dropped down, it gets cooler, and it's not as crowded as December and January, because December and January is peak season. There'll be a lot of tourists in town, and February, because of Chinese New Year, you're gonna have a lot of Chinese tourists in town as well. So yeah, it's gonna be busy. And the time that I would not recommend to come to Laos is probably from mid-March until early May, because of the burning field. It can be very bad, and it's not good for your health. However, if you do want to come during that time, please bring some mask, to protect yourself. Anyway, let's get on with the healthcare. So the healthcare in Laos is honestly, it's not as good as Thailand, Vietnam, or China. It's not basic. I mean, it's getting better and better every year, thanks to the Lao government. I think they're trying their best to improve it year by year. But compared to your home country, let's say, compared to England, Laos is nowhere close to that level just yet. Let's say in the case of England, they have NHS, In Laos, we don't have such thing like that. We have private hospitals as well as public hospitals. I think there are a few good ones in Vientiane capital. Let's say Mitapap Hospital is one of the best in Laos. They have advanced medical equipment, and they have good doctors. Brain surgery can be done in that hospital as well, because last 2 months ago, my landlord's nephew had an accident, so he had his brain surgery from that hospital, and it was a success. So yeah, and then they have Lao Thai Hospital, Lao Viet Hospital, and Chinese International Hospital, things like that. I think they're quite good. But again, like I said, compared to your home country, we're still way behind. But it can be done, if you don't have serious issue. And also, it's not that expensive compared to Western countries. For Luang Prabang, I think everything is pretty basic here. That's why for those who can afford it, they always fly to Vientiane to get treated, or just go to Thailand or Vietnam, or fly to Singapore, One of the good things about Laos is that we're not stuck in bureaucracy. Let's say if you get sick, you don't have to get prescription. yeah, prescription to get a medicine or things like that. You don't have to wait for an appointment. You just show up at the clinic or at the hospital and describe about your symptom. They will check you, and then they will just write, you know, the paper, you know, what kind of medicine that you need, and that's it. It's very easy. Where in the case of most European countries, I suppose, let's say England, let's say when my partner was not well, he needs to get an appointment with a doctor to get a prescription and then to get the medicine, and it's such a long queue, and it's a waste of time, and you know, sometimes you just don't have that much patience for that, you know. But that's the good thing about Laos, by the way. And for the health insurance, Laos is not a country that would impose people to, you know, Laos will not force everybody to buy health insurance. It's all about your own safety, your own awareness. Let's say in many Western countries, it's mandatory. Everyone has to pay health insurance, right? Here is not the case. It's all about self-reliance. If you can afford it, go ahead, buy health insurance. It's going to be good when you get sick. However, there are some local companies here that are quite unreliable, according to some people, you know, when they purchase health insurance or vehicle insurance, when something happens. I mean, it's very easy to buy it, but it's so hard to claim it, and people just give up. But I'm sure there must be some company that is reliable out there, and there must be a few, you know, international companies that you can buy health insurance here. Or in the case that is easier for you, I think it's better to buy it from your home country. Now let's get on with the visa. As far as I know, I think there are 14 types of visas in Laos, like work visa, investors visa, digital nomad visa, retirement visa, spouse visa, as well as you know, marriage certificate and things like that. Again, I'm not going to get into detail because I'm not an expert, so I'll give Chris detail, you know, phone number, email down below, so you can contact him directly, because he is an expert for this and he knows everything. And in terms of currency, which one is widely accepted in Laos? Well, Thai baht and US dollar are the widely accepted currency in the country. In the case of Thai baht, let's say if you know, came to Laos and if you haven't changed in your money into Lao Kip, you can easily pay in Thai baht. However, the exchange will always be in Lao Kip, and you will get like lower rate than the standard rate. So in my opinion, it's always better if you enter Laos, as soon as you saw the exchange places, go ahead, exchange your money into Lao Kip. It's going to be a lot easier that way. US dollar is widely accepted in the main tourist town like Luang Prabang, Vientiane, or Quang Bien, and any other places where tourists go. But if you go to countryside, I'm not sure about that. People may accept it, but I think they will give you the lower rate anyway. So like I said, it's better to change it. Chinese yuan is widely accepted, especially in the Golden Triangle and northern part of Laos, where it's close to China border. And which currencies can be changed in Laos? So here on the board, as you see here, these are the list of the currency that can be changed. And as you can see now, the inflation is getting better. Back in the day, you know, a few weeks ago, $1 US was 22 plus or something. Now it's only 21.8 or something. So it's, yeah, the inflation is getting better. Right, before we end this video, I'd like to show you the Lao currency, like Lao banknotes. So we have variety of banknotes here in my hand, and we're gonna start the biggest note. So this is 100,000 note. This one is worth about $4.50 based on today's exchange. Back in the day, 100,000 used to be $10 when $1 was 10,000 𝐾. That was 3 years ago, but now it's not anymore. And then we have 50,000 note. This is the new note. The old note is different. 50,000 is $2.50, and yeah, it's worth something. And then we have 20,000. This one is less than $1. We also have the new note. The new note is almost identical as this one. The color is almost the same, just different number. So please keep in mind when you come to Laos, sometimes it can be confusing. Me, myself, I get confused all the time. And most of the time, I was very lucky. Like most of the people that I handed money to, they're very honest. So they always like, sorry, you gave me 50,000 when I thought it was 20,000. So yeah, do check it properly. And then we have 10,000 𝐾 note. This is also new note. The old note, you barely see it. This one is $0.50. And then we have 5,000, which is still worth something, you know. And then we have 2,000. This one is barely worth anything. I mean, what can you get for 2,000? You can still get a bar of peanut, like this sweet sticky peanut that they put in a little plastic bag. It's as small as this bit, and it costs 2,000 𝐾. And yeah. Then 1,000 𝐾. This one is barely worth anything. Maybe you can still buy a candy, you know, maybe 1 or 2 of these for 1,000 𝐾. And then the smallest one is 500 𝐾. This one is worth close to nothing, almost nothing. And it's very sad. I think in the next 5 or 6 years or 10 years, it'd probably be gone. People will stop using it if the inflation is keep rising, you know. It's very sad looking back. It reminds me of my childhood, you know, back in the day when my little sister and I used to harvest the grass that we sell, the grass that that people use to make the broom, you know. So we earned 500 𝐾. In today's money, that is equal 15,000 𝐾, and that it was worth of a pack of MSG. So my mom used our earning to buy MSG. How sad. Anyway, and also I'm from a countryside. There was no road back in the day, so every 10 days there will be merchants from the main road. You know, they came on their long-tail boat with their TV, and they would set up this tent, you know, surrounded by curtains, and they would show some TV, and you will pay this much money, 500 𝐾, for 2 people to get in, you know, to watch TV. That's how it worth back in the day. But now it becomes a memory. Anyway, folks, I hope you have learned something from this video, and if you have any question at all about anything, please don't hesitate to reach me out. I want you to have a good experience when you come to Laos. Anything that I don't know, I would just be honest and tell you so. Regarding to the visa or, you know, the rent and stuff like that, I would just advise you to join this Facebook groups called Vientiane Social, Luang Prabang Expat, Expat in Laos, and Vientiane Expat. These groups, you will more likely to get pretty much every answer that you have about Laos. Anyway, have a good night and have a great weekend. I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.